We getting it in.
We getting it in.
We getting it in. We getting it in.
We be getting it in. Come on, we getting it in.
We getting it in.
Thank you very much. Feel extremely privileged and honored to be here. I'm actually on my 30th year. And when I see the Grammys beat the Oscars and being hosted by LL Cool J, it's an incredible moment for everybody in this room. The Grammys beating the Oscars in ratings, it's amazing. And to see Puffy build a $100 million business, to see Swizz Beats be part of building luxury brands, to everybody in this industry that don't believe that there is a ceiling. They believe in all the possibilities. They're not constrained by people telling them that there is a natural barrier for us. And I think that there's so many people in this room that defy gravity, that show us every day all the possibilities. This is a uniquely special moment for me because, as you guys know, I'm very, very proud of Def Jam Recordings and all the people from Def Jam that are here. I'm rooting for you guys all the time, and as we all know, logos and labels are defined not by the logo themselves, but the people who actually go to work and make it happen, whether it's the artist or the individuals that make the company. And I love to see Def Jam be an important and incredibly successful label for decades and generations. But it's all about people and all about the artists that you sign. Now, moving to Rick. I don't understand. When I got a chance to meet him, I definitely saw someone that was going to be undeterred in achieving the success that he has. He's not satisfied. There's no stopping him. I'm so fortunate and grateful that I'm associated with him and that the Warner Brothers label is associated with him and the big shiny offices that executives occupy. But actually, that means you're getting further away from where it all happens, and that you get confused by the drug of power, which is actually makes you smaller. The fact that Rick has the foresight and understanding to occupy the biggest office, and that is being out there every single day. I've never seen someone work as hard as he does. I've never seen someone that has so much passion and desire for quality. That's another problem that's severe in our business, is we think that average people can be successful. That's not possible. The fact that he keeps his roster so tight and so small and so focused is a tribute to his desire to build a company that's long-lasting. I don't know anybody who could stop this guy. And I'm proud to be here and be a part of this. And I'd like to bring Rick Ross out and for you guys to pay him the respect he's going to show you every single day about why you are you and he is him. And that's, to me, one of the most important things that a person in this position can do, is by leading by example. So without further ado, Rick, can you come on out here? We could stand up, we could stand up.
No love, crying, only babies die. And when I go, that casket better cost $100,000. I pray to God I look my killer in his eyes. Snatch his soul out of his shirt, take him for that pride. OG is one I'm standing.
That way to introduce a brand since Rockefeller. I know they're an influence somewhat to you. Can you explain, what was your approach with the transition of really going from a solo artist, you know, keeping that going, your great consistency there, and building MMG?
I think it's just me being a student of the game, watching the Rockefeller brands, watching the Cash Moneys, watching the Bad Boys, of course, and just studying the game, and out of the love of the art, it just spilled over into something that was great. I couldn't tell you that at this point, 2 years ago, I could tell you that we would be here, but I knew that was the desire, the love I had for the art and the game and the rhymes, the beats. And I think that's what really garnered my consistency. And I think that really helped put us in a position where we are.
And it was crazy because when you started making those moves last year, like a lot of it played out, you know, through social media, through Twitter. Like we got to be part of what you were doing. Like all of a sudden you're flying Wale down,
right.
You're flying Meek Mill down.
Right.
You just cut a record and now we hear it. Like talk a little bit about your ability to adapt to how the hip hop game was moving towards like the internet and social media, but still keep it street, you know?
No, most definitely. I think the music speaks for itself. And as far as the artist, it was just more of a natural bond, you know. And once we did get in the studio, the records and the sound that we created, I felt was really special. And that's something that I really look for when I'm listening to music. I'm listening for emotion, I'm listening for impact. And when I was in the studio with Meek Mill, I was in the studio with Wale, that's what I got, you know, and that's what I heard, and it was something that I felt that's what the game needed to hear, see.
You know, this guy, what is he? He's an artist, he's a painter, he's like an entrepreneur, he's a great brand promoter. You know, and he also played a pivotal role in a new deal that you guys worked on. You know, one of the greatest producers in the game, Swizz Beats. Showtime. Great time.
Man, the boss is in the building. Make some noise for Ross, y'all. Man, it's an honor to be up here and represent with my brother right here. You know, Ross is one of those artists that's really a fan of music. You know, you get artists that come in the game, get a hot record, but really don't understand the essence of why they're even there or why people are even supporting what they're doing. And I vibe with Ross in the studio many times, and his passion for music is like my passion for music, and like a lot of greats, you know, my conversation with him is like a conversation with Nas or a conversation with Hov, and for him to be still new, you know, in this industry and to have that soul and to have that vision, it's amazing, and I honor that, you know, and that's what made the great connection. And on top of that, he's a great person. You know, you get people that, you know, you get artists that just think it's all about them, and it's not about you. You know, you where you at, I'm where I'm at, everybody where they at because of other people. You understand? And Ross understands that, so he comes, he sits, he listens, he's humble, he's trying to get to the next level. So when I did my partnership with Reebok, and I was looking to do things different, because it's easy for me to go and be with a brand that's already popping, and you know, it doesn't take too much to make it happen. And coming off of working with Christian Louboutin, I had many options, and so I chose to go with Reebok. And then in the middle of rebuilding this company, which is a job still today, you know, we working very hard at it. I said, you know what, I want the brand to be authentic, because I remember when brands used to have an artist like Ross that represented the streets, represented the culture, had a movement, you know, represent his movement, you know, to be on the billboards, to be in commercials, just being what it's being without having the corporate, you know, blocks on it. No, you know, he's rapping about this, he's singing. Man, that's our culture. That's what we do. You know, people forget that, you know, hip hop started off as a rebellious movement. You know, so if those corporate companies can't accept that, they don't accept the culture. You know, so I'm honored that Reebok has allowed me to open up the lane to an amazing person like Ross. And Ross is not just holding up a Reebok sneaker saying Reebok's back. You know, we're doing official business moves. You know, I'd like to congratulate him on our venture where we're gonna do big and tall. And he's gonna lead the big and tall movement. You know, Lyor's ready to get fresh with it too. You know, because like, you know, there's a limit with clothes. You know, it stops at a certain point. You know, but you have somebody that's into fashion like Ross. Like everything has to be custom made. You know, there's like everybody will say, yo, where's my size at? Where's this? Where's that? So I felt that instead of, you know, just doing a regular sneaker, like we give Ross his own big and tall line to go and express all his fashion, all his fly, you know, stuff he got going on, you know, doing that and just keep it popping. And a lot of people don't know that Ross is into art, you know. He's a painter as well, you know. I commend that. Like, he understands Basquiat. That's why, you know, I'm like, it's important for me to have the Basquiat brand at Reebok. I have the Keith Haring brand at Reebok. I'm gonna have Andy Warhol's brand by next month. And Ross, you know, he has the open portfolio to do whatever he want to do with that. I'm not gonna stay up here too long, man. I just want to just commend a boss for doing boss things and keeping it real and taking things to the next level.
Getting it in.